Finding your purpose. I think everybody ultimately wants to figure out what their purpose is. And I think we're even hardwired to wonder what it is at some point in your life. So I have a 4-part plan, sort of, or step by step, to get to what your purpose might be. Find yourself, find your talent, find your passion, find your purpose. Let's start out with yourself. I maintain that the most important relationship you're ever going to have is the one you have with yourself. So very important to have a good relationship with that person you see brushing your teeth every single morning. In fact, I think back on times in my life where my relationship with myself hasn't been that good. Life doesn't work as well. When you're a 9 or a 10 on the 1 to 10 scale, and 10 is the best day of your life and 1 is the worst, if you're an 8, 9, or 10, things work pretty well. You're pretty happy with yourself and you're pretty proud of yourself, and you're not thinking about the negatives, you're thinking about the positives. In fact, I once went down to Vegas to gamble with a buddy of mine, and he won a slot machine, and all these quarters were crashing down. And he's going like this, all right, far out. Brooker, I just won $1,000. He put a quarter in and won $1,000. And I went over to see him, and he's going like this. I went, fantastic. And he goes, I'm buying dinner. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, I'm so happy for him. Of course, I'd be just a teeny bit happier if it was me. But that comes back to survival of the fittest. You got to take care of yourself. You know, the old thing about a building's only as good as the foundation it's built on. So, you know, and it's one of those things, put the air mask on yourself first, you hear over and over again, and then take care of your friend. It's so important. Make yourself have that connection that is so important. Number 2, find your talent. Figure out what it is you're good at. Make your strengths productive, make your weaknesses irrelevant. Let me say that again. Make your strengths productive, make your weaknesses irrelevant. I can speak to 10,000 soldiers. I went and spoke at Joint Base Lewis McChord, south of where I live, to 10,000 soldiers a few years back, but I can't draw a circle to save my life, and I am not going to go take an art class. It's not my talent. If somebody's 150 pounds and 115 pounds and 5'2", that young person is probably not going to be a quarterback in the NFL, but they might be able to be a jockey. So figure out what it is you're good at, and that'll make a big difference, and then lean towards those strengths, if you will. Number 3 of the 4 parts, find your passion. What did you want to be when you grew up? I remember in 2nd or 3rd grade telling my mom I wanted to be a dump truck. I never quite got that thing, or I wanted to be a fire truck, something like that. But what did you want to be? They got set aside, and you forgot about it, and life kind of got in the way, and you got married, had kids, did a job, whatever it might be. Think about that. What did you want to be? What would you do every day that meant you could get out of bed and be happy about not going to work? They say 75% of people hate their jobs. What would be the thing you'd be excited about? That there's times I'm so excited about being that gratitude guy, I can't wait to get to bed so I can get up tomorrow and get back to work again. And there's even a word that's not really well-meaning. Work. Work has such a negative connotation. I will say I have a lot of work to do, but I don't look at it as work. And if you enjoy something that you do, they say you'll never work another day in your life. But think about those things that you want to be passionate about and you always wanted to do. That might be something for a 2nd or 3rd or 4th career for you. Finding your passion. And then finally, I think that'll lead you to your purpose. It's so important. You see people like Clint Eastwood's 91 or 92, Warren Buffett's 89, 90, something like that. They're still working because they have a purpose. It's so important, and it doesn't matter how late you start. I was 63 years old when I started The Gratitude Guy 10 years ago. Colonel Sanders was 63 when he started KFC. So many people, Ray Kroc McDonald's, Mary Kay Ash, J.C. Penney, started their businesses in their 50s. So it's never too late. But really think about those 4 parts. Get a great relationship with yourself. Number 2, figure out what your talent is. Lean towards or into that talent. Remember and think about what you're passionate about. And number 4, you're probably going to find your purpose. Because I think ultimately this is about finding your purpose. And I think doing those 4 steps will get you to where you are. Life is very short. I can attest to that. It's gone by very fast. But if you get those 4 steps in order, you'll probably figure out what your purpose is. And I think ultimately, as I say, we're hardwired to figure out what that is. I'm that gratitude guy. Remember, be grateful and never quit.